Take your command.
Do it again. Thirty, my phone says.
Yep.
Everybody ready down there? Everybody good? Morning. It's 9:30. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Do you have a motion to approve the agenda?
I would like to make a motion that we amend the agenda and put in public comment. Somehow that got missed.
Oh, shoot, sorry about that.
No. Yep, so,
Okay.
yep,
I'll
so,
second.
Second that, okay, it's amendment. All right, all those in favor?
I,
All right. Let's say pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pledge of allegiance. Well, is there any public comment right now? It's a good time to do it. Okay, hearing none, we're ready for the adjourn.
Morning, J.D. King, Base County Engineer. The engineer update and some maps went out yesterday evening via the email. The blades are out, working in the districts. Hauling rock with 4 trucks, 2 belly dumps, 2 tandems. The shear and the excavator that's following behind the shear are on, they were on P earlier. This week, they're over on Q and they're working their way east on J20. Subsequent to that, they're gonna move down to 230th on the Page Center Road there, west of Crawford's on the south side. We got a couple crews mowing brush and cutting brush, repiling the pile that were burnt when it was raining at various locations across the county. Work in the shop. Last week, we replaced shims on the moldboard with a couple motor graders. Plan to bring in the mower on the John Deere tractor for a service in anticipating of spring grass starting to grow. And we'll follow behind that with the case tractor and the batwing. We did haul in 50 tons of salt this past week. Just buying ahead for next year. We won't be able to do much more snow this season. Construction is going well on the bridges. And today, this morning, in an hour or so, we'll be placing the last substructure concrete on the west pier cap. Yesterday, at 280th Street, they poured 7 pile encasements. There's 2 remaining. Hopefully they can do that today to get the last 2 of the encasements on the east pier. And then they have both abutments yet to place a abutment cap on. and they'll be out. The J Road title sheet signing is on the agenda after the update. Working on the DOT budgeting program, the budgets. They're saying we're done, and we'll work a little bit on the program, but it won't be much. You know, I don't know what I'll even add, I might just spread out, some grid work. Taking, discussion with the board about Brian Jackson and motor grader training. We have scheduled 4 days of that training toward the latter part of June. There'll be 8 operators and a supervisor will be doing level 2 and level 3 training. It's classroom and then field work for 2 days for level 2 and then classroom and a day and a half of work in the field for level 3. So that'll be a good opportunity to refine skills for our experienced motor graders and operators that don't have as much experience in the opportunity to learn things.
Did you say Sherlock's gonna be in there too?
Yes.
Supervisor, okay.
Thanks for doing that, Jacob.
No trouble. We had an interesting meeting, Jacob and I attended last Friday at the Hungry Canyons in Atlantic. The highlight for me was probably the discussion from the Corps Engineers Gal about the utility of nationwide permit number 14. We can keep our projects inside of the guidelines of that nationwide permit, then we don't have to send her an application, which triggers a whole bunch of checks that's hard to fulfill without mitigation. Mitigation is expensive. Tomorrow morning, I got a meeting at the East and West Mission Bottled Water Management Authority. And I have some utility permits. I sent maps this time so we could know where they were instead of talking about the county line. Although I did talk to TJ, we don't have that permit. He hasn't requested the permit yet, but he's gonna go up B Avenue to 220th and then west to the county line instead of continuing west on 230th Street. Questions for the engineer?
Did you all go to that meeting on Thursday? With the projects, I think it was Golden Hills, it's a Golden Hills,
Or not on Golden Hills.
but it was for the public, I mean, it was,
I didn't know.
I
okay,
saw it was just like, they wanted just ideas.
projects and stuff, yeah, I just didn't know whether you went to that
Yeah.
one, okay? Didn't know that JD went to
I
that,
did not.
okay.
Okay. On the people being trained, is there any, I don't know if we have any vacancies in grader operators to fill before that class or
No, we have,
they're all filled?
they have the regular 7 that run during the summer, and then there's an extra territory in the wintertime. And
You go see.
then he comes along too.
Okay,
He's probably the most junior.
okay. I was wondering if there any new hires or anything.
Right.
Hey, JD, have we ever looked into, I had somebody ask me about, a wood chipper instead of piling brush to chip it and reuse it?
We have a wood chipper.
We do? Oh, okay.
It's, labor intensive.
Is it? Okay. So somebody asked me about it. They asked, how come we don't try to chip up our wood? I said, I would ask.
This is the easiest way to get rid of it.
Okay.
But the better way would be to spray it when it's lit.
Yeah.
And we'll work it.
Okay.
To turn your attention to the next agenda item, which is the title sheet for J Road project. This is the base stabilization and seal coat job in the northeast corner of the county. It's shared with Montgomery County, 2.5 miles, and then there's 3 miles of solely in Page County. Scheduled for letting in June for work this summer. I need a motion to authorize the board to sign this type sheet.
I saw him.
Second.
Okay, motion and second on that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All here to see.
Yeah, for your side.
Hey, miss.
Can I have verse on?
That's my pen.
Okay, have that.
Get me to use it?
Yeah, please. Our last item on the agenda today is two utility permits. This is the continuation of, rural broadband build out in Page County. IMO has some little stub things as shown in the IMO location map near Yorktown, just south of Iowa 2. They're listed as separate items, but the FTC out of Essex has more extensive permit or a more extensive network. Once again, they're building out rural broadband. One of the current administration's emphasis. So, these through those permits.
Yep.
We'll send out, get this work
I
done.
want to make a motion on both those permits.
I'll make a motion that we approve both those permits.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judy.
On the, I ask this every time, on J55, when does that come up? The next set of thinking about the next base stabilization for the summer, what we're gonna do.
I'll probably schedule it. I'll look at how the money looks as far as ahead, and I'll see if I can move it into,
Well, if we don't do J53, is what I'm saying, if we jump.
well, we'll do J Road,
Right,
and the next road would be J55.
right, just see how the money looks, to see
Yes,
this year or what.
right, well, this will take up this year's money. And
We were
we'll
gonna
see
skip
what
a
we can
year.
do. Well, what we have now skips a year. Well, I need to look at, see how far ahead we could get.
We have to get the numbers, I guess, after this is due. I thought it was 5 miles of J53 plus J Road for this year, and then we skipped a year, and then we did 5 miles of, or whatever it was, of J55 in 2025.
Maybe we can push that up because we're not doing J53 this year.
Right, just swap it, because that money was there for J53, about the same distance, so, okay. Just curious, so that will be in April, or when will we know that? Would we know?
In April.
Okay, okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Let's see here. So with that done, now the next item on the agenda is JD Kennedy's here. JD, 2 JDs in a row. That's right, we'll discuss.
Kennedy versus J.D. King.
Kennedy's heard the Kings here.
Yeah, my
Maintenance
name
on
is
the-
J.D. Kennedy,
Yeah, no,
and I'm one of the 3 Page County VA commissioners. And I'm here to address some of my concerns about the building that the VA is housed in Shenandoah. Now, I'm not picking on Melissa or Angie or any people in this building, but I doubt very much that any of them have to clean this building. They're in supervisory positions. There's a custodian that cleans the building. Janet and Denise clean that building every day, the whole building. The maintenance that's done on that building has, for the last number of years, been done by Ron, the VA commissioner. There's
ceiling tiles in the meeting room missing. There's ceiling tiles in the meeting room, they're rusted from leaks in the roof. Ron has taken care of most of that maintenance for years. He's getting up in age like me, and I don't know about him, but getting up and making the bed in the morning is a chore. I'd like to see someone, custodian, that's hired by the county to clean their building for them, and someone to do the maintenance on the building when it's needed. It is a county building, it is owned by Page County. And I'd like to make a suggestion that we somehow address these issues and solve
We used to have somebody clean it. We don't anymore.
them. The girls, Denise and Janet, their workload has more than doubled in the last 6-8 months.
But what happened to the
What
person who
happened
was
to the previous
cleaning?
person?
Yeah.
What happened to the cleaning person? Because there was one.
Somebody was.
As far as I know, there's never been one.
Oh, there was always one.
They clean the building.
We,
Janet and
in the
me.
past, have paid someone to clean the building. Like it was either once a month, once a week, or once every 2 weeks.
I know he's probably
It went
very,
every other week.
very busy here, he's new, learning everything, but we could ask our new maintenance guy here to go over and just look at it and see if he thinks it'd be something he could tackle. He's got a lot here, he's
I think
learning
he's got
here.
enough to do here. I don't think
No.
we always had somebody else
Do
over
something
there
wrong.
that did it.
I mean, from a cleaning perspective, there's a major maintenance.
Yeah, and I know on the roof, I've called them a couple times and I don't think they've ever been out that I know of. And they were supposed to call me back once, they didn't, I called again. Yeah, we're gonna go look at it, and I don't think anybody's been out there, have they? At
I'm not sure.
least nobody's told me,
Yeah,
I
I went
wouldn't-
to visit with Janet.
Well, if you haven't received any bills for it, then he hasn't.
Yeah.
And maybe during COVID, they took us back, and then they just didn't know it was bad.
Well, I know there was a damage done to the back of the building by an automobile, and that was funny face. It's just, you know, Denise and
Isn't it
Janet
99?
are part-time employees, and Denise is a supervisor.
No.
yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think she should have to be cleaning it. I mean, not Denise,
But I
Janet.
love this story too, that's what
I
we
don't
made.
think she needs to be cleaning her own building.
We've got $5,000 for maintenance in there.
Yeah.
Was any money expended last year out there?
I think
Just 200 and some.
a good idea is if you have specific maintenance, if you just want to have them reach out, I can talk to Troy and see if he can go over and check it, see if it's something he can do. Because I know in the past, we've sent our maintenance person over to help if they feel, you know.
Specific project, if it's
Yeah,
something.
and then if it's a bigger project or something that we feel like we need to hire somebody to
Contractors,
do
yeah.
that, but we just need that and two, communication wise, we just didn't know no one was cleaning the building anymore, so. But I know prior to COVID, we had somebody in there, I don't know if it was something during COVID.
As
they
far as
just-
I know, there's nobody, they clean the building themselves.
Okay, but I can go and pull up who we used to have and see if they're still available, if not.
Okay.
We can see.
Well, I know there was a situation just recently where somebody was cleaning the grading the parking lot for snow, and they were just being ripped off, and so they stopped that. I guess you guys did, or, but, it was, they weren't doing the job, and they were charging a lot of money.
Mhm.
But Denise and Janet are some of the lowest paid company or county employees. They're part-time. I just don't think it's right. They have to clean their own building, do their own maintenance.
I'll check into that and see who used to clean it.
Thank you.
We can look into it. Thank you, Judy. Okay, now we have, the special Quinn school election second tier canvas. So, we'll do that. Part of things.
We need a few.
All right, so we received the abstract of votes from Taylor County. And they had grand total of 80 votes. There was 27 votes for it and 53 against it. For public measure A and for public measure B, there was 29 votes for it and 51 against it, for also a total of 80 votes. So this second tier canvas basically includes Taylor County and Page County. So I just need a motion to approve that.
I so move.
I second.
All right. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, sign on the election canvas.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. For there for you to sign it.
Okay, now we're on next. Okay, got that taken care of. Next up on the agenda is the assignment of county held tax sale certificate to Jeff Horton. You here?
So my father-in-law owns the land adjacent to that little piece there. So he's saying that it was on Beacon, that nobody really knew who owned it, and it was several years delinquent in taxes, so we thought, well, maybe we could just look into, taking that over, getting back on tax roll, and we could have ourselves a little half acre out in the country.
So all these are listed on here, but the adjacent property is which ones?
So the little weird triangle shape to the south, there's my father-in-law's, and then to the northwest of that, that kind of triangular piece directly north of that little triangle we're talking about is, someone else owns that, but my father-in-law is in contact with them, has at least approached buying that. I don't know if they proceeded with that or not. He owns most of the rest of that little hayfield there. And, he said he'd have no trouble with us accessing that little piece from his property, and he's got a verbal agreement for an easement through, whoever owns that other triangle there.
So your adjacent land is to
The south, directly to the south, just north of the trace there, that little kind of thin sliver, and then he owns more to the northwest there.
the beef field or which?
So
So,
he owns this sliver here and this and all that going back that way, and then north of the creek, this piece here, he knows who owns that, and he's talking about.
so how do you get to that triangle? You go through that field right there north of it, or?
Yep, and then continue west over towards Argus.
If that helps,
Oh,
because you guys,
She was right there off the street.
Yeah, you don't go that.
So I highlighted everything, disregard that one, they don't own that, they own from.
Oh, I see, coming in the road there, okay. You guys wanna look at this?
Yeah.
So you come in off of 190th. You kind of own a lawn, you make a path over there, you own everything to make a path to that,
Yeah,
basically,
except for that little triangle piece there north of.
Between it. But you have a sliver that connects to it. That is an interesting parcel. You guys can look at that, see what we're saying there. It kind of comes off the road and we take off following it
Mhm.
on the trace. Well. It's good to get things off tax rolls, right? Make sure it's not weirdly landlocked or landlocking somebody else or something funny. You guys have any thoughts on that?
I think if he's willing to do it, we ought to do it.
Yeah, get it back on the.
Tax rolls, not
Yes.
hurting anybody. That's- Okay, well, guess we understand since you had land against it.
I'll move that we assign the parcel to Jeff Fortin.
Okay,
Second.
all right, the motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so Sam, did you want me to put that in your paper here? I'll give that to you, probably. Stuff there. There, we all have to sign it or?
No, just you.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, got that done. There we are, next up on the agenda is board communication. We have communication.
Got one more to sign.
One more sign. Anything going on?
Yeah, I had a board, public health meeting last night. That was on, I had to Zoom because I had two other things going on at the same time, so. So I zoomed and then, yeah, we had a little difficulty with the Zoom, so we didn't get quite through what we wanted on the agenda. So I think we're gonna try to do that on April 15th will be our next, public health meeting. I do have a SWIPCO meeting tonight, a Zoom, I believe, and then another one on Thursday. But I'll probably zoom in both of those. One's in Harlan, one's in Atlantic, so.
Yeah. Okay,
I had a DCAT meeting last Tuesday, and that was an interesting meeting, so, just kind of putting things on hold, so, till we know what the legislature's doing too.
Maybe said we went to the Hungry Canyons meeting and the lady from the Corps of Engineers there, and they was talking about was the new rules by Waters of the US. You heard about that, where they're trying to basically severely regulate water, what they're trying to do, and they're getting to a very small amount. There's a big lot of talk on that, all our farm shows and everything, because all the radio programs right now, because they're getting it to where a little bitty stream can be regulated maybe, but she was very interesting, and see, when they go out and put a tube in or culvert or things, if they change anything, they have to go submit to these rules, and it can be very tricky, and they're shrinking the size that you have to be under to not have to go through all that paperwork. Costs a lot of money to do that, so that's what he was talking about. So working on that right now. Did you ever get hold of Jamie Cashman?
I finally talked to him.
What he said?
He's going to talk to some auditors and see what he can find out and then get back to me. And it's like, I think I'm gonna do some more.
And getting signed into that, if you get your.
Yeah,
whatever
I'm
ID,
gonna-
What's that called? ID, you have to have federal, to sign into ARPA, you have to have a,
That's a holding, that's Sam's account.
do you
Yeah.
have that? Somebody's gotta get that accomplished, so.
Yeah.
Sign in,
Yeah, so I'm going to go
okay.
and look some more at that rather than,
He
I don't
said it'd be
know.
easy. Well, I wonder if somebody else.
I've been
does.
I was trying to get a hold of him from the early part of February on, and finally, he wouldn't answer. Finally, I got his cell phone and, yeah, so anyway, we'll we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, see when do we have to turn something in? Is it?
It's April.
The reports, let us know, tell us which box to check.
Yeah,
Somebody needs to tell us what box to check.
it's April, so I will get that done.
Okay, just curious about that. All right, so let's see here, there's, so next meeting, the next Thursday. I saw an email from, Ron Bidding or not Ron Bidding, from JD on the board, going into our board of zoning or whatever. Next week, we're gonna put that on the agenda to appoint, right? It's
Okay.
Vanette's, I called in, it's Vanette's turn in the paper.
Yeah.
We've received applications.
The due date for them is tomorrow.
Okay, then we can look at them and we'll appoint next Thursday night.
Can you send us the names, Melissa?
Yeah, when you get all, I guess tomorrow after you get whatever you get, send them all out, and we can look at them.
Yeah.
Then we'll be ready, what, a week to,
Right, and then there was something from Zach Nunn's representative who wanted on the agenda on the 30th.
30th, yeah.
yeah, you put him
Did
on
you
there.
get that? Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to get anything else for the next meeting.
I think at some point we need to start working on our ordinances.
Yeah, I've been at home going through them and working on them.
Yeah, I've got a list of
all
stuff that
different ones
we
to
need to
look
talk
at.
about, so I don't know if we want to start next Thursday,
That'd be
actually
fine.
having some public.
I'm gonna work on a little more this evening.
Discussion.
I plan to work on, I think, a little bit. I might bring in some ideas, so we can put that on there too. Just put on the
Yeah.
ordinance, wind ordinance, I guess, first. And, I had a good visit at at my juvenile detention meeting with, Shelby County Supervisor, not Steve Tinkle, but another one, about their thoughts on the carbon, because they're the ones that wrote the ordinance for the carbon pipeline.
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna reach out to him and get a little more information from him, so I can maybe see what they think a little bit. So anyway, so yeah, we can put that on, talk about that next week a little more. Anything else? Point of the board, we'll have all our names.
We'll look for that opioid thing
The
too.
opioid thing.
Oh.
So if I get that, if that's done, have we need to take action on that?
Yes, you would
Okay,
need,
we'll
you
put
would
it on
need
the
to sign
agenda.
that.
Okay, then we'll put that on the agenda next week so we can sign it. Go through it, and look at it, okay. So. We need to email all that stuff to the agenda or send that in. Make a note, we'll send that stuff in. Anything else? Okay. We're to the minutes. Finally.
And I changed this, I don't think you agree, I changed this time, I had 9:30, it should say 9, so
Oh, right.
I changed that, so.
Yep,
I thought they looked good.
yep, 9 o'clock's accurate, that's right.
I
Okay,
move we approve the minutes.
Second,
okay, motion and second, all those in favor? Aye. You go, Todd.
yes, sorry.
I don't know if I heard you or not, okay.
In my
All right.
head,
Got that done. All right, we're the claims, a bunch of claims here, let's go through them, get close. There's somebody going on the second floor up there right now at the annex. There's some maintenance going on. Is somebody moving into that or just trying to wrap it up?
Mr. Bob is not perfect for a significant amount of time, so, he is kindly asked that he place that in the proper location. We have been moving stuff so he can get that done, so. We kind of hurried up on it for the first several offices, because originally that act team was gonna come in there. And then when they weren't coming, it kind of paused, but we already purchased all that stuff, so it was just finishing up
How much is left to go, do you know?
It's done.
It's done now?
the. Or maybe we could have one.
A lot of stuff stored up there too.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff storage.
What are we gonna do with the boiler?
Well, talked about that yesterday a little bit, that's something else we're gonna say. Craig Hill, is in, we're trying to put together, and I might reach out to Siemens this week again, a bid sheet kind of thing, have another outfit bid it, and Siemens is gonna look at it probably again too. The brand of boilers they had in the packet is one that we were gonna approve. We're trying to make sure that brand is the one, is different than the ones in the hospital and in the schools and everything, and that specific brand. Craig is, when he's doing that stuff, they had trouble with that specific one. I don't know if it was the exact same model of that brand, so we we're trying to make sure these guys that mess with this stuff, we just make sure we're, and Siemens said, tell us what brand you like, and then we bid it with that brand. So we're just trying to make sure everybody's happy, like the hospital and the schools are using something different. And so we'll try to have Siemens look at it again, they rebid it, and then maybe one other outfit bid it together, the ones that take care of the hospital and school.
Do they have the same outfit each?
I think so, No, I've been doing a lot of visiting about this, I think it's the same outfit, so that's all being moved along, and he's actually been, Craig has been real nice to work on this, he's doing a lot of research for me, because he knows about it.
Right.
So I'm kind of relying on his knowledge that I don't have.
Okay.
So that's coming, we're gonna get where we, and the Siemens guy was very nice about it too, he said, you figure out what brand you want, and then we'll put a bid on that too, so that's what's coming.
Okay.
I forgot about that, that was yesterday, we talked about that some more, so. So they're he's kind of taking the main, looking over those guys, because he knows what he's talking about. I appreciate him doing that. Okay. All these sheets here on the main page, all these blue tabs,
Did we miss them?
I think so. I probably missed one, I probably missed several of them as I flipped through.
I was looking for the
Okay.
red tabs.
All right, and with this, again, make sure to miss any of these. Okay. I think I got all those.
Oh, okay, I think we got all those too, so.
Okay. Got all that done, the claims. If everything's good, it's look good to me, we need a motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion that we approve claims.
I'll second that.
All right, motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, claims approved. Now we need a motion to adjourn, if there's no other, nothing else to talk about.
Jacob, can I make one point?
Yeah, that's it.
The building over there, as far as maintenance and neighbor will be that they couldn't have people coming into it when they weren't there because of the confidential records and the veterans and.
It'd have to be during the day,
It will have to be during the day.
business hours,
They are not open on Fridays, so it has to be sometime Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday, what times?
It's like 8 to 3.
8 to 4 or 3? So if we contact cleaners, whoever's gonna contact, you'll,
For your information, if you're looking for something.
Do they lock up those records though?
Yeah, and her offices are locked up, so nobody would be able to get into that office.
Right,
you can clean.
typically, I think when they came in the past to clean, it was, we looked at it, it was tender cleaners, we're gonna reach out to them again. I think it was during COVID, they, at one point, took a sabbatical and probably just didn't realize that they
it's supposed to come back.
Come back.
back, it was probably a miscommunication. Because I thought you had to be over there cleaning, so,
I've been commissioner now for what, a year and a half. That was before COVID, and there was nobody.
the last bill we paid them was in 2020, so,
So that's when I hit the height.
yeah, so, we'll definitely reach out to them and then have them start on it. And then typically they don't, I mean, even here in the courthouse, offices are kind of not maintained by our maintenance person. Individuals are responsible for their own kind of office, but unless there's a major catastrophe or something. But they kind of just come clean bathrooms, you know, main floors and stuff like that, just to keep things But usually due to the fact all of us kind of have confidential records, we don't let people into our space unless something's going on, so, and that's approved, ahead of time by the person and they're there, so. But as for our maintenance person, like he would, he's signed off on, confidentiality stuff, so he can go, he comes in and out of our offices if he needs to, so we'd like to hopefully hire employees that they're respectful of those things, so.
Yep.
But yeah, I can have some major issues, just have Janet or someone email me or call me and we can talk to Troy about it and see what we can get done on those. Or if not, we can look and see. if we
Yeah, I
can
had a contractor come in or
Get a
something.
contractor, yeah. We just have to know about them
Yeah,
to. Get them
communication.
taken care of.
All right, good communication. Okay,
Thank you.
that sounds good. That's good information. All right. Anything else? Good, and adjourn. You want to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.